Counting blessings, learning lesson got me feeling special. Spending money, mama said, hope the Lord bless you. Everything I ever wanted, had to pray for. Anything I did wrong, had to pay for. I'll do it all again just to make you smile. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. What's going on with y'all, man? Now my Pacers, they lost back to back. Back to back. These finals is crazy, man. Now, Halliburton, he was looking not himself. And the Thunder was going crazy. I thought we had the advantage winning game one, but it's looking ugly, y'all. Type in the comments what team you going for this year. But until further ado, we're going to go to the title of this video. And this video is, what is heaven like? Now, we all want to go to heaven. Lord knows we all want to make it there. And we want to know what it's like. You see the pictures, the paintings where the clouds, the steps up to those gates, and you get judged, and hopefully you make it in. Like how some of y'all be trying to make it in the club on Saturday and some of them Friday nights. But that's when you're being judged. But once you get in there, what is heaven like? Now, like I said, we see pictures, we hear things, and TV, movie, we see flowers. Now, it's this guy, Dean, I seen years ago, and this was a video of him explaining that he passed away or flatlined for 105 minutes. Now, they say it's a miracle because your organs won't work right, brain damage or something after 8 to 10 minutes. And they say he was gone for 105 minutes. Now, this was, I seen this in 2013. And he said it happened in 2006. But I tried to find the video just now. I couldn't find it. But I seen him doing seminars, and he's promoting a book now. So I guess he got that original video taken down. They say he was on a 700 Club. So if y'all know what that is, type that in the comments. But he said they did a 5-year investigation going to the doctors and the hospitals where the hospital where he said it occurred, and doing the investigation, making sure everything was legit. So again, that's probably why I couldn't find the original video. So I'm going to go off of memory. He said he wasn't escorted to heaven by an angel like most people say they was. So he said he knew the way because he's a Christian and he has faith. So he didn't need an escort. But he said he went to heaven, met Jesus, but when he said he went to heaven, he said it was fields on fields on fields of flowers and animals. He said when he got there, it was nobody. And he just walking in these fields. And eventually, he seen Jesus. And talked to Jesus. And then he said he seen his family members. They all was happy to see him, running up to him and giving him hugs and welcome. They welcome him, and he said he's seen a lot of his family members, but some of his family members wasn't there. So maybe they didn't make it. I don't know if it's an in-between. Maybe some of them still trying to do stuff on Earth. Or maybe they went down bottom. You know? So he said he seen all his family members and they looked the way they did when he last seen them. So what I take from that is if you passed away at 10 years old, you're still going to look like that. Well, to certain people, if they last seen you at 10 years old, you're going to look like you 10. If you was 15 years old, you still going to look like that. 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on. You still going to look like that. But he said it wasn't no pain, no sadness, no health problems. He said it was just beautiful up there, you know? Now, I wonder what heaven is like, you know? And the late Tupac Shakur said he wondered if heaven got a ghetto. Now, that's interesting. I wonder if it's anything like Earth, you know? Streets, oceans, buildings. I don't know. But we all want to know. So type in the comments what you imagine that it's like, you know? And tell me stories of what it's like from people you heard, videos, family members, neighbors, whoever gave you a vision of it. Your church, your pastor, you know, the preacher. But Tupac said he wondered if heaven got a ghetto. That's a deep one. That's real deep. Because heaven should be abundance. And the ghetto, we say in the ghetto is poverty, stealing, whole bunch of sinning just to get by. People talking behind each other back, fighting, arguing. Now, the ghetto, some of y'all might call it the hood. Sometimes they have good times in the ghetto, you know. Now look at good times, you know. They had some good times and they had some hard times. It was rough, you know. But like I said, the guy, he said he's seen heaven and he's seen Jesus. Now, I wonder what Jesus really looked like, you know? It's definitely not these paintings of the Last Supper and these paintings of him on the portrait. I don't know what the vision is with that, but we all want to make it to heaven. Now, in order to make it to heaven, you have to change your life. You have to be born again, you know? Get into your Bible. Start praying if you don't. Start talking to God. Adam, before Eve, was made to have a mouth and ears so he can talk to God and listen to God. So we have to do the same, you know? And they say God can't hear you if you drinking spirits, playing with nose candy and doing all the stuff of this world that's not biblical, Christ-like, you know? And yeah, we talking about, we wonder what heaven is like. I wonder what heaven is like. There was also a video of a guy who was shot, I think, and he said he passed away for 12 minutes. And he said he went to hell. And when he got there, how he explained it, he said it was like red down there, as we know, kind of dark. And he said it was mountains on mountains of gold and jewelry. Now, if that's true, then the meaning of money is the root of all evil is true. But he said then he seen the devil. And he said the devil was 12 feet tall and very scary looking. And yelling at him and in a language he didn't really know too much of. It was like going in and out, you know. Some was English and another language that he never heard of. But we don't want to know what that's like. We hear things about there being lava, heat, evil, you know, demons and etc. But nobody's trying to go there. We're trying to go to heaven. And I don't think it's just only flowers there and clouds like people explain. I do think it's kind of maybe like Earth. Like I said, I think you do got streets and water, hopefully pools and stuff that we like, you know, the basics. Couldn't imagine cars and planes and stuff being there. But the guy was saying who say he flatlined for 105 minutes that your pets will be there. Now, some of us got a lot of pets. And y'all don't want them to be there because maybe you didn't treat them right. Now, I remember having a dream of one of my pets. I had to downsize from a townhome to an apartment, and I had 2 big dogs, and I don't know if the apartment allowed it or not, but I just know that my dog's barks would travel so far, so I didn't want them to be barking in an apartment. So I took them to the animal shelter. Well, no, one I sold to the maintenance man, and the other, I tried everything. I went to one of my old neighborhoods and asked everybody, do they want a dog, people who I knew, and all of them were saying, no, he's too big, he looked too scary, and I was telling them, I was telling them he was a nice dog, and everybody just kept saying he was too big. So then I wound up having to take him to the shelter, and they said they was going to give it 2 weeks, maybe, I think about 2 weeks, see if they can find somebody to adopt him. If not, they was going to put him down. And I don't know what happened, but I know not too long after that, I'll say a month or 2 after that, I had a dream that he came there and he bit me. And I don't know what was that about, but maybe he didn't get adopted. And maybe they did have to put him down. But had a lot of love for the dog, you know. Hopefully I do see him there. But a lot of y'all got pets that you wasn't nice to, you know. And you probably don't want to see him there. But your family will be there. And they say that if your family member pass away or somebody you love, if you dream about them, they're still here. And then once you don't dream about them anymore, they went towards the light and went to heaven. I know y'all seen the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze and the movie Ghost Dad with Bill. And both of those movies was kind of different, but both of those movies, it was them, the main characters, trying to avoid the light, going towards the light because they wanted to finish what they had to do on Earth. And me, myself, I'm going straight to the light. That way I ain't trying to miss my chance and I'm going down bottom with your boy who's 12 feet tall. I don't want none of that. But I wonder what heaven is like, you know. But if you had an experience, now, I done seen when they say your whole life flash in front of your eyes, something like that. And that's crazy. It's like you do see your whole life this so fast in a blink. Feel like 30 seconds or a minute or something like that. And you see every major part of your life just so fast. But a lot of people said they flatlined and went to heaven. And I don't know if that's true or not. But if you've been in that situation, type it in the comments. We want to know. And that's all I have for y'all today. But until next time, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always stay blessed, stay safe, and I'll be back soon. Peace.